Hi again viewers. Today I want to show you how to find the date that a file on a website was last modified. Now this can be useful for all sorts of reasons, but the first thing we need to do is we need to download FireFox. So open up your current web browser if it's not already Firefox, and just type in FireFox into the search. And the website is, this one here is mozilla.org. So the reason we need this is because we need to use this tiny little bit of code and a little bit thing that's inside Firefox. It might be in other web browsers as well, but I generally just use Firefox. So I'm not going to go through the full setup thing, so basically just download it and install Firefox if you haven't already. And once you have got Firefox installed, I'm just going to close this page. I'm just going to go to this website here. You can go to any website. I'm just going to use this one for the example. And what I've got here is a real estate website in Australia called realestate.com.au. And I've just searched for some land in a Horsham area. And a lot of real estate websites in Australia do not show the date when a listing was put down for a house or land for sale. And I noticed that that is the case in a lot of other countries. They do show the date, but in Australia we seem to hide that from people. So what I want to show you is a way to get around that. So if we go to realestate.com.au, we have the images here, we have some photos, so we're going to click on one to enlarge, and then I'm going to right mouse click on the image. Here we go, copy image location. Left click, copy image location, and now I've copied the image location. Let's just open another browser tab. I'm going to left click in the bar here, then I'm going to right click, and I'm going to click on paste and go. Okay, so now what it's done is, as you can see, this image location is at another website called reastatic.net. So that's where this image is being hosted. It's not actually being hosted on the realestate.com.au website. So now what we want to do is we want to open up under our tools, and we go down to web developer, and we go down to scratchpad. Now you can also press, as you can see here, the shortcut to that is holding down the shift key and pressing the F4 key. Now I can't recall, and I can't seem to get this to do it again, but when you first want to run this little piece of code using this scratchpad, it may ask you to just keep a lookout for the information up the top here. It asks you to type something, and I can't remember what it is, and I can't find on the internet what that was because it was a long time ago since I've had this open. But what we need to do is put some code in there. I have the file already ready, so I'm just going to go to where I've got that saved. Okay, so the little piece of code that we use here is just document.write and then document.lastModified. I'll put that in the comment section so you just can copy and paste that. And once we've done that, we can just click on the run button. Now if you see up here in the top left of the screen, we have the time and date that image was last modified. So it's not a foolproof way to, when, say for instance, this property was listed, but at least we know when it was modified. And generally speaking, for places that are out in the country, they don't generally change hands a lot with different real estate agents. I found things that have been on there for like 4 years, so it hasn't been modified. So in this case, it's got the American format of the time and date. So that first number there is the month. So that would be April. And so the 11th of April 2017 at 5:47 PM was when this was last modified. So it's only been on there for a couple of months at the time of writing this. Now I'm going to just go to Google and we're going to try this method again. And I'm going to try it in box. And perhaps we'll just go to images. I don't know, let's scroll down and I'll select on this. And I've left clicked on that, and I'll go to view image. Okay, now we're going to do that technique again where I'm going to right click and click on copy image location, and I'll go up to here, and you can create a new tab. We'll just right click and paste and go. Okay, and sometimes you don't need to do that if the image is actually being hosted on the correct place. So it seems to be the same place, so I probably didn't even need to copy the image location. Sometimes you need to do that if, for instance, where I had that real estate website, it was hosting an image on a different place. So in this case, we can just open back up our scratchpad. So I'm going to hold down the Shift key and press F4, and I'm going to open the file again. I'm going to open up scratchpad, and I'm going to run. And here we go. This image was last modified the 29th of the 10th, 2011. So, you know, it's quite a few years ago. Another thing you can do once we've got this scratchpad thing working is that you can just save the little bit of code here. So we can just go to File and click on, well, I'll click on Save As. And you can call it whatever you like. I've just got mine saved as scratchpad, and I've just saved it on my desktop. And that means then, what I can do is I can just open that file each time and just reload it, like I did before, and then I can just click Run whenever I need it. So, you know, again, I can go down to perhaps this, and I'll click on View Image, and open the scratchpad again if it's not open. And I'm just going to open it again, and I'll click Run. And this one was modified on the 2nd of the 6th, so this one was modified just earlier this month. So hopefully you find that helpful. Sometimes it doesn't work if, you know, certain websites have really high sort of protection the way they've done things. I've found a website like that where it's very hard to, you know, find the date, break around it. But hopefully you find that helpful. If you have any questions, please ask in the comments below, and I hope you found it helpful. Thanks.